morning, my little dumpster fire babies. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope that your day is off to a wonderful, fantastic start. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Carrington. Would love for you to join the dumpster fire family. You can do so by hitting that subscribe button, clicking the little bell so you're notified of all those future uploads, as well as don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video, and go and follow me over on Instagram. And let's get into another video testing out new makeup. I have a ton of new makeup. I'm excited. I am excited. Okay, so what do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Right. So first of all, I got this little sample. This is the Dior Forever Skin Glow 24-Hour Radiant Foundation. I have the Dior Backstage and the Air Flash. So I am kind of excited to see what I think of this and if I'll like it enough to purchase size on a full size. Next up, this is from Simihaze. This is the Sun Flush All Over Tint. So this is a liquid blush. It kind of comes in the same packaging as the lipstick. The lipsticks are green, but it's kind of like this really pretty, like, ooh, it's like an orange, like a burnt orange. I honestly don't know if I have a liquid blush, honestly, that is in this color. Like, that's a really pretty orange. I really don't think I have anything like that in my collection. That is beautiful. So next up is going to be from Mercier. This is the Translucent Setting Powder Tone Up. So this is their rose. So this is their pink one. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I know I'm gonna get hated because this is a cult classic. I was not a really huge fan of the Laura Mercier, like, in general. So I don't know how much I might like this one. But it's pink. It's gonna be, is this gonna be pink? Hold on. It says it's supposed to be like a pink powder, so it can brighten. It doesn't look very pink. Oh, well, no, it's pink. It's pink. Okay. Is this gonna be too dark for me? Like, is it? Oh, maybe not. I don't know. No, maybe not. It kind of does a little bit of brightening on my skin, but we'll see how, like, what the full extent of the law is. So then next up, I got this from Cosmic Brushes. This is the Serenity Palette. I am so excited to play in this. I wanted to get it a long time ago. It sold out. It came back into stock. I rushed, like, full-fledged, like, running, knocking people out run. Okay, right? You see what I'm saying? To get this palette. So I'm literally so excited. This was fairly cheap for what you get. So I am kind of wondering, like, is the quality going to be great? Is it not? But of course, we'll do swatches and everything. And then I have, also from Cosmic Brushes, I had picked up a huge brush set. So I'm really, really excited to get to try these out. And it also comes with, like, a little carrying brush set case. Okay, what kind of brushes do we even have in here? Because I don't know. You know, I don't know. Okay, so it looks like we have what would be maybe, like, good for, like, a bronzer type shade or a contour type shade. This looks like this would be good maybe as, like, a blush or a powder brush. But I think this looks more like a powder brush to me, and it would be perfect to get underneath the eyes. So I'm gonna test that out. And then we have, like, a whole bunch of just, like, little eye brushes. We've got quite a few different types of, like, blending brushes. We have a pack-on brush, a liner brush. We have, like, a little smudge brush. Yeah, just a whole bunch of different types of brushes to use. And they're so, okay, their handles are so cute. Do you see that? That is so fun. That is so fun. Listen, I don't care if it's, like, kids like, but this kind of reminds me of lava lamps. Okay, is anybody here old enough to remember lava lamps? Or did I really just show my age? I don't know. But I loved lava lamps, and those give me, like, this vibe. So excited for those. And for regular blush, since we do have, like, this really pretty orange blush, I went and looked in my collection to see if I had, like, a powder blush. I do. Gimme Glow coming in clutch with their shade Twin Flame, which is this right here. I'm literally so excited. This may not go, so this look may kind of be all over the place, but I'm just trying to play with colors. The color story may not necessarily go as well, but it could. You never know. I do have this new Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink. I'm in love with these right now. Like, honestly, I can't stop using them. I love them so much. I literally bought like 12 more shades. And I feel no guilt, because I already had like 3 or 4. I feel no guilt. I feel zero guilt. Okay, is that it? Oh no, last thing is I had ordered on Adept, the whole entire like blush contour trios that they had. I think they had 4 or 5 total. I ordered all of those, and I ordered the Minka palette. There's obviously a ton of blush palettes and 2 contour palettes, so I felt like we could use this like contour and highlight palette for the bronzer, the powder bronzer, and one of the highlights. I think that would be really cute and really exciting. So those are all the things that I have to try, which I felt like was a lot. It may have been a lot. But if you guys are excited to see what I think of these products, what I recommend, how I'm going to rank these at the end, then definitely keep it watching. Okay, it's so cold. I had to put on my cardigan, my heavy cardigan, because it's free. So let's go ahead. We're going to dive on into some swatches of this palette. It is like, it's beautiful. This palette is beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get started. Do they have shade names? They do. All right, perfect. So we have Opal right here. This is kind of it has like a white base to it, so it's not super pigmented, but it does have like blue, purple, and green. So I do feel like this would go really well with a lot of the looks, because this palette really does focus heavy on like some greens, blues, and purples. There are some other colors tossed in here and there, like a black, a brown, and a peach. So next up is going to be Pixie. This is a lavender shade. This is okay. Here's the thing I don't like about this. It's like the shade names are, do you see how hard that is? Like, they're just like so hard to read from like a distance. Okay, all right, we'll move on. Then we've got Sorbet. This is like a highlighter yellowish green. Moving on, we have Earth, which is a pretty, it's like almost like a mustardy brown. Moving on is that peach shade named Oasis. Moving on to the next row, this is Odyssey. This is a gold shimmer. Then we have River. This is a teal blue. Then we have Forest, which is kind of like a deep forest green, almost emerald-like, I would say. Then we have Spring. This is a very pastel mint type of shade. Then we have Serenity. This is a really pretty, almost like sky river blue shimmer. Next up is we have Awake. This is kind of more of like a light periwinkle type shade, almost like a pastel periwinkle. Next up we have Twilight, which is a deeper bluish purple type of shade. Then we have Moss, which is a dirty green, like a baby puke, baby diarrhea kind of green. Then we have Lagoon. This is a very much like a basic green. Moving on, then we have Mood, which is kind of like a deeper blue. Then we have in the next row Wanderer. So this is like a olive type green. Next to that is Ether, and this is like a purple with blue shift type of shade. Up next to that is Make a Wish. This is a pastel purple. We then have Echo, which is more of like a pastel blue. And last one is Mystical, and this is a black. I so badly want to do a really, really pretty grungy green type of look. Yes. Nope. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't even care. I'm going to do it. So let me find a brush. So we have these, whenever I find them, all little eye brushes. Yes. Okay. Here they all are. Have these little eye brushes. Okay. So I'll need this for the outer corner. We can do this one for a fluffy, because I did use this to like set my eyes. And then this one for all over. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to start off with the more fluffy of the brushes. And I'm going to dive on into, okay, this is kind of hard. What direction do I want to go? Let's start with the shade Sorbet. We can see how well that goes. If not, I will move on into the Moss shade. instead. So, okay, did coat the brush nicely. With as much as I've got on with it coated, it is a little bit, there was a little bit of kick up. I wouldn't say a ton. I wouldn't say it was terrible. But just know, it's definitely there. But it definitely did coat the brush nicely, and I'm really starting to get some good pigment. Let me zoom you in. Hold the phone, please. As you can tell, it definitely does pack on some color. It's definitely very much a very highlight yellow, but I can definitely see like the grunge effect I have going in my brain. I'm going to do this again, and this time I'm going to just kind of stamp it on how I would like. So again, this was like one of those really pastel, highlighty kind of colors. And this is why I give other palettes that are pastel a review, because there are palettes like this, the Give Me Glow one, Pastel Dreams palette, where the pastels are so just like pigmented, easy to go on, that the ones like Too Faced, the Butterfly Femme one, you know, the Milani one, they just don't compare. Like eventually, yes, you can make them work if you just keep building and building and building. But the fact is, I only had to go into this twice, and the pigmentation is just there, is what impresses me. This is what I'm talking about. There are really good pastel formulas out there that you don't have to just settle with whatever you can find, right? Indie brands are killing it. Sorry, but also not sorry, because they're really good. We're now going to move on into the less fluffy of a brush, and I'm going to go on into the shade right here called Moss, and that is the shade that I'm going to take into my crease and a little bit above. Again, just some slight kick up in the pan. I wouldn't say it was atrocious. I will say you will get some kick up in the pan, but it's not atrocious, and I'm not really having any issue with any fallout on the face. I'm going to pick up a little bit more and just continue. But again, this is really, really pigmented as well. And it blends easily, it blends nicely. I feel like these colors are really working together. I'm really impressed with this brand so far. I think their brushes are so cute. Like they have so many different colors. There's like ones that have like black in here and the top is red. They have ones that are just like black on black. They have these. I think there are purple ones, maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. But they just have so many cute things. And if their palettes are honestly performing this well, I want more. I want more. I want more. I'm going to take the shade Lagoon right here. I'm going to start putting that on the outer corner. I'm probably going to include another shade, but I definitely want to start with this and kind of just focus the color right here, just to add a little bit more grunge to it, like up here, because I feel like those two shades really mix together to make it a little bit more grungy. But I will definitely be covering up the outer corner of the different shade. Now I'm going to go into Forest, which is more of that more like deeper grungy type of green. And I'm just going to focus that right here only. Just really focus on that. I'm going to kind of go out just like a little way so I can connect that later. But you know, this is so for my lid shade. I'm gonna do a little bit of a combination of different colors. So the first one I'm gonna start off with is going to be Wanderer. It's that green, and I'm just going to apply that all over the eye. Wow, this shade's beautiful. Like, I mean, come on. This is so good. This is such a good formula. Why hasn't anybody ever told me about this or talked about this before? Because this is it. This is what I needed. Okay? I did not need anybody coming here bossing me around. Okay? But that's exactly what this palette is doing, okay? It is letting me know that this palette is in charge, okay? It is large, it is in charge, and it is not taking any disrespect. Wow. Shamanitely. Merry Christmas, Mary Sanderson. I wanted to take a little bit of Odyssey, which is kind of like that gold. I'm not taking a lot, I'm just taking a little bit and just lightly tapping all over the lid. Just lightly tapping. So now I'm going to take that liner brush because I don't want to use that purple eyeliner. Like, this is just, it's just not going to go, okay? But I want to dip into that black shade right here called a Mystical. And I'm going to line my eyes with that. Wish me luck. Sometimes black eyeshadow for liner takes a little bit of building, a little bit of finessing, a little bit of yelling, a little bit of screaming, and even some curse words here and there. Or maybe that's just me. I feel like I only speak one language, and that's curse words. I try not to on my channel though, but I do in real life. We are now ready to rock and roll into this Dior Forever Skin Glow. I have mine in 1 neutral. This is a 24 hour wear radiant foundation. Perfection and hydration concentrated. Floral skincare with sunscreen. Has SPF 15. I hate floral. So I'm going to take a little bit on my sponge and start stippling this into the skin. Okay, well, you can kind of smell the floral. I will be the first to say, when it says it is floral, it is indeed floral. Okay, this is a neutral. I will say, even with it being neutral, it still is a little bit too yellow for me personally. So wow, upon first initial like application, this is very radiant, it's very glowy, it does smell like florals, but I feel like it really emphasizes all of my texture and looks so heavy. Did you see just how heavy that looks? And my like texture is all over emphasized. See how heavy? Like, it just looks like, granted I have peach fuzz, but like it just looks so heavy. Like, wow, that's really heavy. I feel like no matter how much I try to blend, like it's just not, oh no, it's just not blending. This is not getting better. All right, so now we're gonna go in with this Simihaze liquid cream blush. This is exciting. I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand. That's the way I like to do it. I'm gonna take a little bit. I don't know how much of this you need. Could be a lot, could be none. I don't know. I don't know how much you need. So I'm just gonna take that on the back of my sponge. And here we go. This is so pretty. Oh, I love this. Wow. I was kind of nervous about it being like orange, but I am pleasantly surprised and honestly in love with this shade. Oh, I love this so much. We're gonna dive on into this Laura Mercier Translucentless Setting Powder Tone Up in Rose. I really hope this works okay for me. I don't know how much to take. I don't usually try to use a lot of powder, but I'm gonna go ahead, put some on this brush, knock off as much of the excess, and I'm gonna start setting like my under eye. It's not like it has like a artificial scent to it, but you can definitely tell it has a scent. I just can't put my finger on exactly what it is. Okay, so then it's time to set the face. It's time to set the face. It's time to set the face. Hello. Farewell. Okay, guys, it's the end of the year. Do you guys want me to film all of the products I hated and all of the products I loved in the year 2020? Or do you guys want me to make separate videos where I do one top palettes I tried in 2020 versus top 10 worst palettes I tried in 2022? 2022, I think I said 2020 at first. Or, and then best and worst makeup that I tried in 2022. Sound off down below, because I can do it in either order. I can do it either way, but I didn't know if it would be just like more beneficial just to do top 10, because so many people can just like, ramble on forever, aka me. And I know some people like shorter form content, so let me know what you guys want to see. But let me like look at this. Okay, I don't know if I hate the powder or if I just hate the foundation so much that the powder just adds the worstness to it. Like, I just feel like it just looks so heavy. Like everything, even my under eyes look so heavy. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. Okay, so now we're gonna move into the Adept Cosmetics. This is the Gianna palette. That's all it says. Is that it's just the Gianna palette. And I'm going to take this off because it's driving me nuts. This little... Nobody cares. And I'm going to take one of these little cosmic brushes and we're going to go on into the shade right here. There are no shade names. No. There are no shade names. So, I'm going to take a little bit. We'll see how well this goes. Okay. From far away, it looks pretty good. Yep, up close, it doesn't look bad either. I will say I can see where this might be a little bit, the ability for it to go a little bit overboard. So I would just say, just start dabbling just like a little bit at a time. Building it up and then seeing if that works, you know. I don't know if it will, but I feel like it is working pretty good. I will say on the cheek I really went in hardcore. On the forehead I'm just taking like a stipple in at a time. I now want to move on into just go ahead and like start doing the lower lash line. That's something that I want to just go ahead and get out of the way. So I'm going to go into the shade Echo. This is more of like a pastel blue, and I'm going to start just stippling that and blending it in on the lower lash line. Again, y'all, this is a pastel blue. This is my first time layering it. Do you see how pigmented that is? I am going to go into a second time just because I do want a little bit more color, a little bit more of that baby blue, but like, guys, this is what I'm talking about. Don't settle for things like Too Faced or whatever pastel palettes being awful, because you can get good quality like this. So then I'm going to go into the shade Mood. So that's that darker type of blue. I'm going to dabble it a little bit, and we're just going to set it up here. I don't know if this is like the green and the blue are the best color combinations to go together, but it might be. You know, it's a trust the process, although the process is almost over, so we're just going to trust it. Then I'm going to mix that river and that forest, which is kind of what we did, up on the upper lash line, and I'm going to connect them, or upper lid. And then I'm going to take this little brush, and I'm going to go into that shade right here called Opal. I'm going to use that as my inner corner. Let's see how easy it is to pick up on a brush, though. Okay, it actually is picking up. You do need to, like, you know, pick it up a little bit. Like, you know, make sure you're just like really kind of getting it on your brush versus like the other shades where if you like, you know, tried to pick it up as much as you did this, you would have way too much. It would be overkill. Yeah, this is good. Oh yeah, this is good. This is a good shade because I feel like up here you can really kind of see like that green, but down here I feel like it looks more blue. Am I nuts? Am I nuts? Or is anybody else seeing that? So now we're going to go on into that Give Me Glow orange blush. This is in Twin Flame. Now these can be very, very pigmented. Like I literally tapped in once. It's pretty pigmented, so just be prepared. Be prepared. Yes, our teeth and ambitions are rare. Be prepared. Wahaha. Okay. I think that's cute. Again, these are colors that like I don't normally see, and I find them all just to be honestly just so beautiful. Like that's so fun. Does it necessarily match the look we have going? You know, no. But that's okay. That's okay, sweetie. It's okay. You're doing great. You're doing great, sweetie. Oh, for the highlighter, we're gonna go into the Adept. This one looks like this might be the shade that will work for me. So I'm just gonna pick it up on a brush. I'm gonna start. Ooh, that's really beautiful, and it's not too deep. It's almost leaning a little bit too deep, but for the most part, I think it looks pretty good. So we are now going to put on our lip option. This is the Maybelline Superstay in Awestruck. I feel like this would probably go the best. And here we go. Here we go. Kind of light. So here's the completed and final look. Testing out a ton of new makeup. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like the green colors better? Do you like the blue? I asked my daughter, she said she likes the blue. My son says he likes the green. So I guess both are good, but let me know what you guys like more. So let's go ahead, let's dive into my ranking of the products from my least favorite to my most favorite. So coming in last place is going to be this Dior Forever Skin Glow. I thought I was going to love this because I really liked the other Dior foundations like so much, and they said this was like radiant skincare loving ingredients. It's so heavy. It's so heavy, and it just emphasizes my texture. Not a fan. Not a huge fan of this. I will keep playing around with it, but we will see. Next up is the Laura Mercier Translucent Rose Setting Powder. I will say it does provide some brightening, but I don't know if it's like in combination that this is so heavy. I don't know if by itself it would be super heavy. Like I don't know. I will have to play around with this some more, but I'm going to assume, since I didn't put any foundation underneath my eyes and it still just looks really heavy, cakey underneath my eyes, that this may not be the best powder. I did not like the original. I don't know why I thought I was going to like this. I was hoping maybe it was going to be a little bit different. I would like it more. I just don't. Next up are going to be these Cosmic brushes. I really like these brushes, and I love, like, it's like a lava lamp. I love that. Okay, look at this. This is cute. Okay, I love the color. I love like the pink and the green. I really like how they do that. A couple videos ago I had used some other of the brushes. This is like the black on black. Again, I love this. I think it's so super cute. The brushes are well made. They are nice and soft, but they do pack product on. They're not like, you know, too flimsy where it's just kind of like what is going on here. I really like those. Next up is going to be this from Adept. I like this. It is super, super easy to go overboard. And the thing is, this is like the lightest palette that they have available. And even like the lightest highlighter, which was this shade right here, was almost a little bit too dark for my fair skin. And then this right here, I got a little overboard kind of quickly. And that kind of happens with this. You have to be super careful. I would have appreciated something that was a little bit cooler and a little bit lighter highlight wise, because I do think this would be better for like light to medium skin tones. And then they have another one that I think would be good for like medium to like a deep tan. I don't necessarily know that the one they have would be really good for like deep skin, like deep skin tones. So I really would have appreciated having a contour and highlight palette more geared towards fair and more geared towards deep. So I'm hoping that as they see like other people do like the formula, that they do include additional shades. And their blush palettes, I will say, are like this kind of formula for their blushes. They are all 3 blushes. There is not a matte blush. I will talk about that whenever I use them, because I haven't actually used them yet, but I could see where a lot of people could really appreciate some matte, like a matte blush in there as well. So I just want to give my thoughts there. Next up is going to be this vinyl ink. I love these. Okay, I love these. These are going to stay. Okay, I put this on. I went and got my kids. I went and fixed them dinner. I went and had dinner for myself, and this is still on. And I've also been drinking. I've had like 2 of these. Okay, I've had like 2 of these, and it's still on. It's very, very good. It does look glossy. Of course, if you would like some additional gloss to your lips, you know, you can add to it, and it still stays on perfectly. And you can just add some gloss to make it a little bit more glossy, but it still stays on perfectly. If I'm going somewhere and I want like a glossy lip, but I don't want to have to like reapply, or if I'm going over to a friend's house and we're gonna drink and play board games, I still want my lips to look good, but I don't want to have to reapply constantly, and I just sometimes really like a nice glowy lip. So this gives this to me. It stays, and it does have a nice gloss effect to it. So love those, love those. Next up is going to be this from Simihaze. I was a little bit surprised. Actually, I don't know what I was expecting, we're gonna be honest. First of all, the packaging is the same as the lipsticks. The lipsticks are a little bit smaller. These are nice, heavy, and weighted. And I love this color. This orange, I love it. This is very unique to my collection. It's like a very burnt orange, and I love it. I don't have another color like that in my collection, but I did put some on the back of my hand, and I was able to distribute enough products on both sides of the cheeks. They blended beautifully, sank right into the skin. I honestly had no issues with that. All right, next up in second place is going to be this Give Me Glow blush. This is a really, really good formula. It blends out really nicely, and I really like how these two pair together. Just because, again, I don't have another blush, a powder blush, especially in my collection, that is like this level of orange. Give Me Glow came out with like a ton of really awesome shades. I really hope they do add some more shades to their collection. They have a ton already. So there's a wide range on their website from like all types of colors. So if you really like different kinds of blushes, you're gonna like this, and it's a good formula, and it's very pigmented. So if you're like, I would really like one that's gonna last a while, this is gonna last you, because you just need to dip in once and you are good. You are good to go. In first place is this palette. This palette is gorgeous. It is so pigmented. Even those like really pastel type shades are just so pigmented, and that's something that I love. This is the point that I try to make on my channel. When I'm reviewing other brands that are pastel, like the Natasha Denona one, I didn't give that such a great review. Same was true for that Too Faced Too Femme. And there were people that just like get so mad when I try pastels, and I'm just like, I don't like this pastel palette. I would not recommend it. Other people can create beautiful looks with it. I can create beautiful looks with it. But when I'm really having to like pack it on and use special products and special techniques for it to show up and look beautiful, I'm just not going to give it as good of a review as I would with something like this, where like that pastel is pigmented. I layered it up twice, 2 times, and the pigmentation is there for both colors. This is what I'm talking about when I say pastels have the ability to be good shadows. Same for the Give Me Glow Pastel Dreams. All of it's pastels, but they are pigmented, they are beautiful, and they are very pastel. But I'm not sitting here having to like build it up. Use certain products, make sure it's sticking, make sure, you know, this base is happening, and I don't have to worry about any of that. So for me, I will give those higher brands that other people love a worse review when I know that there's palettes like this out here that are as good of quality. No, they're better quality for sometimes a fraction of the price. Like Natasha Denona is $65. The Pastel Dreams one comes with giant pan sizes, huge pan sizes, and is $56. The Too Faced one was $49. And again, all of these had tiny pans. So if you guys are new to my channel, if you see me give a palette a harsh review for it being pastel, know it's because these kinds of palettes are out there. Don't settle, baby. Don't settle for less. You all deserve a good eyeshadow palette. So I'm not going to sit here and lie and say like, oh, these pastels are great. No. These types of pastels exist. All right. So that is it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below what you think of the palette. Do you like the blue or the green more? Don't forget, if you have not yet hit that subscribe button or click the little bell, I absolutely invite you to do so. I would love for you guys to join this dumpster fire. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye.